Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is Sunday and it was 10K day, and I completed my 10K in 1 hour and 32 minutes. But that was with a training session that I had to do today. It was an intervals session. Actually, I had to do it tomorrow, but I'm doing it ahead of schedule because of a lot of variables that are coming up, including the mileage that I'm trying to get in and the rest between the different runs that I would like to complete, to just to make sure that I'm ready to easily take on the challenge that I have signed up for, being the marathon. If you're just tuning into this channel, thank you so much for taking some time to spend with me, and please stay tuned for the rest of this story as far as how it turns out. But for those who have been with me for a while, some of you have called attention to the fact that, I've got health and wealth, and the two are often interconnected. However, for me, my wealth is, unfortunately, like a lot of people in my country, it's on credit. And the only reason that I said it the way that I said it was because, maybe if it rhymed, it would wind up on Reddit. I really don't know. I'm just kind of freestyling with what I'm saying here. Some people call it disjointed. A lot of other words that I've been called scathing for saying some of the truths that I say. And the truth is that I have a plan. I'm feeling good. I'm recovering. My health is coming back. And one of the things I'm starting to focus on now is my upper body strength. And one of my favorite channels to watch is by Lee Wayland. I don't know exactly how the Wayland, and he's a representative of Powerbatics, and he's an amazing person. And I apologize if you're actually watching this video. My father purposefully dropped me on my head, and that caused me with significant trouble remembering certain values for some reason. So I apologize in advance to anyone who I've maybe even misquoted. But the storyline, when I tell a story, is all based on fact and truth. And the truth is that I'd been having a tremendously difficult time training for this event. And I've had the luxury of being able to spend my earned retirement funds to take an early break and try to achieve something that I never thought that I would end up doing, because health-wise, my family, we were a robust family. And at the same time, even though that's true through our lineage, as time has gone by, I've seen my family become more and more susceptible to a lot of common conditions that a lot of our populations have faced recently, including symptoms like poor circulation related to type 2 diabetes and other health anomalies. Some of these things, I'm talking about them, and you've got to realize that I myself have had these same difficulties. And so to train through these things and to overcome some of the, for lack of another way to put it, addictions, like even the addiction to eat several times per day, has been rewarding, in addition to being challenging. And challenging one's self is something that I think reinvigorates a lot of the hormones that were released during different time frames as we have grown into these bodies that we occupy. And some of us, might just think that I'm saying a bunch of words, and some of you out there are listening to what I'm saying, and you're hearing that we're piloting these unique and regenerative bodies, and we can absolutely transform ourselves if only we put in the training. So there are a few components, though, that I have yet to really figure out, and one of them is delving on the side of possibly being supernatural. Like, our health is comprised of mental health, physical health, and also spiritual health, I believe. And I believe because I've basically I've lived, as you are living, in a circumstance where we have the ability to communicate so easily, so freely, and we try to do so effectively in order to help one another, or at least most of us try to. And many of us are very fluent in the art of sarcasm, and some of us are bewildered and anxious. And so hearing me tell this long story and having to concentrate so long to figure out if any of this conversation was applicable to them personally could cause anxiety. And at the same time, that's basically how I would feel if I was looking at things from an egocentric perspective and going, wow, I must be crazy for sharing a video of myself in a tub while talking about spirituality and also discussing an upcoming challenge, physical challenge, a marathon. What kind of a channel is this? I like to talk about wildlife and nature. And the more that I see in terms of everywhere I go, including to run the trails for these training sessions, the more wildlife that I see, and the more commonplace some of these events are that I am able to record and share with the world here, the more I'm typically met with what must be AI chatbots trying to flood my feed with some kind of hostility or something. And I start to wonder if the people or the chatbots who are doing that are being paid by these big corporations, or if they just are that fascinated with having a discussion with me while I'm sitting in a bathtub. The reason I'm sitting in a bathtub does relate to this marathon, and my extremely important tip to you, if you're planning on running a marathon and you're coming up short, you think you're coming up short, especially because you're still concerned about, anything else that might be going on. And all of a sudden you just kind of let go and release these challenges. Well, spiritually, you can also physically heal yourself, especially if you put in just a little bit of effort. And those costs that we have, the availability to draw from right now, like let's say this tub full of water, they're challenging for the system, and also they're allowing us to have a conversation with one another. And so my opportunity to have conversations, real deep conversations with people, is fairly limited, as you can guess if you've watched this channel and listened to what I'm talking about, who it might lead to being about, when really it's about any one of us. Any one of us have done the same thing. Any one of us has consumed the same, taken a hot bath. Any one of us has had several meals a day, and yet, even watching this channel, there probably are many one of us who don't have these opportunities. And so the opportunity that I have to connect with and communicate with people across a variety of spectrums is right here. And that's why I share these insights right here. And I like to talk about spirituality. I like to talk about mental health, and I like to talk about physical health, because there are certain things that I would like to learn about with the group that likes to learn about these things. And so that's why I have this channel, so that we can eventually use wildlife and nature to bring focus on the situation at hand, so that we can stop just producing so many more products which are infinitely more wasteful in terms of resources than tending to one's own primary machine, and that is their body. So I'm tending to my body. For anybody who continues to ask why I'm, taking videos in a bathtub sometimes, if you watch the rest of the episodes here, there are so many more formats and so many different versions. And since this is called YouTube, and I figure whoever's subscribing wants to see what I'm all about, then I'm going to present who I am. And some people don't like it when you shine the truth, but the light, it just basically obliterates the darkness. And for this marathon, I think I'm going to do well. And I've retreaded in all cases. I was able to use my credit to get some tires, and that's something that I'm super excited about, because I was getting down to the limit as far as having any tread at all on the tires on my vehicle. And part of that was because I haven't been given the cash that was due to me. And I can say that, and I'm not trying to be a downer, so to speak. I'm just trying to tell you, the reality is that a tub full of water is a lot less expensive than some kind of medical procedure that might be required on my toe. And so I'm doing this. I'm postponing certain bats. And basically that's leading to the other, which is I'm basically trying to do my best. And so for anyone out there who's trying to slow me down or trip me up, I don't even really see your responses. And for the lucky few that I'm able to actually interact with by phone or in person, well, that's basically the best that we have. The time that we share with one another and try to help uplift one another and all of our other loved ones who we know that we could be spending time with during these holiday seasons. Until next time, peace, love, all that old school stuff. Thank you so much for subscribing and helping to build this channel to what it is right now. And thanks for all of the good intentions and positive insights. Peace.